Hi, I'm Lori Wan with Intentional Entrepreneurs, and thanks for joining me today for this episode of the course on business clarity. So if you are ever feeling overwhelmed in your business, frustrated, or even confused, chances are you don't have a strategy to move forward, and maybe you need to work a little bit on the mindset that you need in order to be successful. So that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So if you're ready, let's dive in. Over the last few modules, you created your big, beautiful blue sky picture of where you want to take your business and created those high-level goals that really outline what you want to accomplish over the next 12 months that are going to continue to move you forward towards your vision. And today, we're simply going to break those down into small, manageable pieces that allow you to move forward every day, every week, and every month so you know exactly what it is you need to do in your business. It's kind of like eating that proverbial elephant, right? It's one step at a time. And it's simply a matter of shifting from what do I want? And now that you're clear on that, now you want to look at, okay, how do I make it happen? And once you've done this process a few times, it really is very simple and it becomes kind of second nature because you are not going to leave anything to chance. You're going to be intentional and focused so you stay in your flow and you find your freedom. Okay, so today we're going to start getting more specific. We're going to identify those high-level milestones that you need to accomplish every month and every quarter, and then we're going to break those down into action steps, and we're going to talk about how you take inspired action so that you stay in your flow every day and your business grows with ease and it feels like it's fun again. Okay, so let's dive in. So milestones are really just the big picture stepping stones that outline your strategy. And I like to take these in 90-day increments. So I want you now to start by looking at what you want to accomplish in the next 3 months. Okay. And if you've been following along, you should have your goals outlined for the next 12 months by quarter and prioritized by quarter. And if you don't have that, follow along the best that you can at this point, or stop this video and go back to the previous activity where that's exactly what we did. We created your 12-month game plan. So let's say that your goal was build your subscriber list, and we all know that that is not enough of a goal, right? We're going to make it more specific. So if your goal is to add 1,000 qualified leads to your list over the next 90 days, where do we go next? Okay, you've got your goal. So ultimately, this is about lead generation, and there are many, many, many ways to build a list. And in a perfect world, you'll have 2 to 4 strategies that you implement on a regular basis. So what I want you to think about now is which one are you going to start with? Which one are you going to focus on now? Because one of the biggest challenges I see when I work with entrepreneurs is they have too many goals on their plate at any given time, and it's no wonder that they're spinning in confusion and not really sure where to focus their time and their effort because they're trying to accomplish too many things at once. It's really hard to work on more than one thing at any given time. That's where the overwhelm and frustration live. So what I really want you to do is stop, look, and choose. Look at all of your options. What feels most in alignment with who you are and what would be most fun and is in your wheelhouse. What's the most doable and will give you the most leverage for where you are now in your business. And this is another great way where you can tap into your intuition and your inspiration and do it your way. Listen to the expert inside of you instead of all the gurus out there saying, oh, do it my way, do it my way. My way's the best. Find out what works best for you. Okay? And the most important thing here is just to make a choice, make a decision, and get into action. You know, we're really just kind of making all this stuff up, right? So it almost doesn't matter. What matters is that you keep moving. So trust your intuition, recognize that things rarely work out the way that we think we will, and that's fine. But have faith because things work out the way they're supposed to. Right? For our benefit, our growth, our development, it's all part of being in business. Just keep moving. Have a strategy to follow, have your plan, and then be flexible. And don't get stuck in confusion when you're faced with all of your choices. Just make a decision, stop, look, and choose, and go forward. Okay? So going back to our goal, which was the lead generation of 1,000 subscribers on your list in 90 days, I've chosen for purposes of this activity, one, of creating a lead magnet, primarily because I think that they give you incredible leverage because you can offer them in so many places as a free giveaway. So if you don't have a lead magnet yet, and this will be really helpful for you. If you have one, you will recognize the process, which is what today is really all about. What are the milestones? What are the high-level steps that you would need to accomplish in order to have your lead magnet? Okay, I hope your brain's thinking. I'll share with you the way that I teach this in another program that I have about creating irresistible opt-ins. But basically, these are the high-level steps, right? You want to create your content. You want to write and schedule your email series. You'll create a landing page and a sign-up form, and then you'll advertise and promote it. And then you're going to celebrate having accomplished it. Okay, so these are the high-level steps. So far, so good? Okay, now it's your turn. What I want you to do in a minute, you're going to pause this video. You're going to choose one of the 90-day goals that you have on your plate, and you're simply going to create 4 to 5 milestones that you would need to accomplish in order to hit that goal. And keep it simple, okay? So choose a 90-day goal, create 4 to 5 milestones, keep it simple, and if you're not really sure, research one of your milestones. Maybe you're going to research how to, research the steps to create a webinar. Research how to find a JV partner, right? Research creating a marketing plan. Know that out there on the internet, there's already a list created for almost anything you want to do. So you can look it up, and don't get hung up in this process. And don't run off and start doing your research yet. What I want you to do is stay focused and finish this step and know you'll figure it out. Okay, so I want you to stay focused and set a timer for 5 minutes and just trust your intuition. Okay, so if you're ready, set that timer, pause this video, and then come back when you're done. Now that you have your milestones, the next step is to break them down and get even more specific and create the action steps that you need in order to continue moving forward with your business and find that focus, that flow, and that freedom that you're looking for. So the second step here is to create action steps. And I like to create action steps that you can complete in an hour or less and that you can cross off a list. So they're definitely action-oriented. Once you have these action steps, this really is where the magic comes in. More about that in a minute. But here's, again, the process that you'll want to take. So, for example, on our lead magnet, one of the milestones was creating the content, okay? So that's still pretty big for the mind to kind of like, holy cow, create content. Okay, where do I even get started, right? So let's think about what are the steps, the small steps that lead toward the ultimate creation of the content for your lead magnet. And here's what I recommend. One, choose one immediate problem that your best customer has and your solution to that problem. Okay, then choose how you're going to deliver it. Is it going to be an ebook? Is it going to be through a quiz? Is it going to be through a video series? Are you going to do a 5-day challenge? It really doesn't matter. Don't get hung up in this. And again, all you're doing right now is saying that, one step in this process is to choose your delivery method. You don't have to decide right now. That would be another action step. Then you would probably want to start a swipe file. That's what I encourage my clients to do too. Go see what's out there, what already exists, what do you like about it, what don't you like about it, how can you improve it, and make it work for you. So that would be an action step. And then outline your content. I really, really, really recommend creating an outline for your content, and don't just dive in, because that can really lead to some crazy places that you probably don't want to go. Trust me, I've been there, done that. Okay, and then test it. I always recommend before you spend a ton of time, advertising and promoting a new lead magnet, that you test it. So these are just some very basic steps. You can do each one of these in an hour or less, and you can cross it off a list. So again, this is an example of action steps. Okay. Oh, and then obviously create it, right? Then you really, once you've done all the work, you should be able to create it in an hour or less. Okay, here's another example. So the second milestone in this Create a Lead Magnet series was to write and schedule your emails. Okay, so the first thing I would recommend is choose your objective for each of your emails. Be intentional when you write emails. There's a reason for them. You're going to have a welcome email, and it has a certain objective attached to it. And then you're probably going to send them content in a second email and content in a third email, and then make them an offer in the fourth email. If they're following you and they like what you have to offer, make them, an offer to actually do some work with you or to meet with you. Okay, so choose an objective for each email. Then again, outline the series and outline, what you would write in each email. And then once you've done that work, you should be able to write the emails pretty quickly. So I have C, write series. And if you're more of a methodical writer, it might take you an hour to write each email. And that's okay. Break them down. Write email 1, write email 2, email 3, and email 4. And then I'll bet you can add those to your CRM or have your web person do it or your VA. They can certainly do that in an hour or less. So this is just what I'm talking about when I want you to break down each milestone into action steps that you can accomplish in an hour or less. Okay, so once again, it's your turn. Don't overthink this process. I want you to take the milestones that you just created, identify the action steps. Keep it simple. As specific as you can get is good. Right? We want to be able to accomplish these once more in an hour or less. So please stay focused. And really, you can do this in 5 minutes. Just outline the action steps you would need to do or you think you'll need to do for each milestone. And you can use research as a fallback position. Don't overthink this process. You know what it is that you need to do. And if you don't, let's get together. Either pop on over to the Facebook page and ask any questions you have there, or reach out and let's set up a half-hour phone call and talk about some of the specifics that you need to work on in your business. Ready, set, go. I love goal planning and action setting, and I really love the way that we can use this to work in alignment with what we're feeling drawn to at any given time. And I think this is what makes your business fun and working in your flow. Every day you can look at your list of the tasks that need to be done, and it almost doesn't matter what order they're done in. I mean, sometimes it really does, but most of the time it doesn't matter where you start. So you can simply look at the action steps you need to take in order to reach your milestones and goals and work on what you're drawn to that day. What are you feeling inspired to do? Ask yourself, what would be the best use of my time right now? And then let your intuition guide you. And if something comes up that you really don't want to work on, that's a clue that maybe you should lean in and take action on that step. Listen to your resistance, because often the things that we resist working on are the ones that make the biggest difference in our business and our lives. Don't back away just because you're feeling some resistance. Listen to that resistance, okay, and just continue to take inspired action. And then commit. Commit to completing 2 to 3 action steps a week, completing 1 to 2 milestones a month, and just keep moving forward. If you do this every week and you do this every month, you will create that business that gives you the freedom and the lifestyle that you yearn for. So having your game plan and your action steps is absolutely going to keep you focused. You will make better business decisions and save time, money, and resources when you know where you want to go and how you're going to get there. And you'll be able to tell if a new idea really is a good idea or a bright, shiny object, right? Because with a plan, it will illuminate the priorities so that you can take meaningful action and avoid distractions and release overwhelm and confusion. And that's why I'm such an advocate of creating a game plan and action steps and not just leaving things to chance. Okay. So next time we're going to talk about who you need to be and how you need to show up every day in your business. We're going to talk about what's going to hold you back and how to move forward anyway. So I can't wait to see you next time. In the meantime, having a game plan can make the difference between having the business of your dreams and just getting by. So which are you going to choose? So until next time, this is Lori Wan saying thank you. Thank you for being here today. And I look forward to hearing what it is that you're excited about creating.